Hello. Come in. What the fuck was that voice? Sorry. My bad. I was trying to do a funny voice and it immediately came out not what I desired. So let's just pretend that didn't happen. That was anyway. Um, so we're back for part three. It's been a minute. Uh it's mainly because I had events 2 weekends in a row and I was just so pooped and then I had shit to do. So I just forgot to stream. Also, it's like easy to just like not stream if you don't have any schedule or any like I don't know thing keeping you up to task. So last night I made like a crappy ass schedule and I was like, yep, if I have a schedule then I have to keep myself to it and I'll stream more often, you know? Got to be on that stream grind. All right. I say let's just hop into it now. While we're out and about. Well, not out and about. While we're on the topic of the game. Yes, I'm so excited to see my girls again. It's been too long. Story events available. This is just a tutorial thing, I think. What are the events we got? We have investigate the notes further, which I think we almost always have, and head to Kieferberg Village, which is the village square. It seems like they want us to go, and there's no chores to do. All right. Well, I guess we check the notes because maybe they want us to read it again. Mysterious note. There's something written on here. I think this is the same as last time. Hallowed Walpurga, sanctified be thy name. May thy will be everlasting, and thy grace all embracing. Quenched thou shalt be on the Sabbath of the full moon. May this prayer find its restful place in thy life, bearing grove. A prayer? There's something else at the bottom. Kieferberg's offering lies in the crossroads beyond the maypole. May thy thirst be quenched, thy blessings received. In the crossroads. I wonder who dropped this. Yeah, I think that's the same as last time, but refresher. Wait, I want to see if I can talk to my girlfriend. She's the one I'm currently pursuing. She's not my girlfriend yet, but one day she's gonna be my girlfriend soon. She might be up in her room in the attic. Still don't think I can access this. It's been a long time since I've gone into Granny Hole's room. Not that there's anything to see there, anyhow. And this is all the ghosty girls we find who tell us that we're gonna end up the same as them. Got 9 of them so far. I wonder if that's like up to task with progress or if I've missed any. Small wooden trunk filled with various knickknacks. Oh, I just noticed the fucking rug. So cute. It's got a. I think that would be like a deer or moose. And then a fox with grapes in the middle. Surely that's not symbolic of anything. Maybe she's out back, actually. Silky! Hello! I just booted it up. We haven't even done anything except look for my soon-to-be girlfriend. Oh, what am I doing talking to a goat? Getting to know the goat? Maybe that's what you're doing. Nope, she's not in here. Oh well. I don't think she's come with us yet. Onwards to our destiny. Fucking rock. Has anyone played the game Rhapsody before? It was like on, I think, the DS, unless that the DS version was a port. Oh, there's a cutscene. I'll tell my story after. Oh, damn. Okay, hold on. Oh, there's so many crows. What are these crows doing here? Elise, is everything all right? This can't be good. I'd best hurry. Okay, now she's in our party. Now I can talk to her. Say, Elise, I've been wondering about that room upstairs. Granny Hole's bedroom. What about it? Wouldn't you like me to clean it as well? There's no need. I don't go in there at all. All the more reason to give it a good sweeping. I haven't been in there since she passed, you see. Oh, I'm so sorry, Elise. I didn't mean to. That's all right. In fact, I don't even have the key anymore. I locked it up the day she passed, and I don't know where I put it. I understand, Elise. I wonder what happened to that key. Knowing myself, I may have thrown it off the peaks. But, well, I mean, I get it. Your grief is deep and immeasurable. But I think locking her room away forever is just a waste of good memories, at least. All the fucking crows. Give me the shiny. Yoink. Ooh, an acorn. Thank you. I'll be sure to put a kitties. I don't like that I can't pet them. Every day is a struggle. Looking cheeky again today, dear. I'm buying. How much money do I have? I have $1. I am not buying shit, actually. Let's see if I can sell anything. may be sold for a low price. That's all I can sell. That's fine. It should get us some nummies. Yeah, it can get us a single bread. Perfect. See ya, Granny. Spend quality time with your sweetheart every day. I'm trying. She's in the party right now, though. All the fucking crows. What's all this? I don't think I've ever seen so many crows at once. Come, Rosmarine, we must find out what's going on. What you got to say to me? Something I'd say is worth wondering about, Rosmarine, is how Flock lost his eye, wouldn't you say? Oh, I've always wondered about that. I suppose he must have gotten injured, or could have been a branch, or he might have fallen, perhaps. It doesn't seem he's in pain, at least. Oh, how I wish I could talk to him. I have so many questions. Such as? Why he followed me, firstly. Your hat's made of hay. That's my best guess. Oh, and I'd ask him his name, too. Isn't it Flock? I was the one who thought of that. It's not really his name. He's a goat, Rosmarine. Why, but he still has his own character, Elise. We're done wondering about useless things, Rosmarine. Oh, but it's so much fun, isn't it? All the crows. With the evil fucking eyes, too. They're not even gentle crows. They're all fluffed up and evil. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Labukin and I used to play about in the water all the time, didn't we? Although we're a little too old for that now, I suppose. Forevermore decorated with blooming flowers, Kieferberg's crest rests atop the square fountain in its ancient glory. Damn, that dog had a big ass head. Look at that! It looks like that fucking, the dog Quasimodo, or I think is its name, the fucking hunchback dog. He's finally got gamer rep. Let's see, where does the story want us to go? Find out what happened. Where does what happened wants to be found out where? Maybe the ladies in town will tell me. Ladies in town. We'll be scraping bird poof off the roofs for weeks, Alma. Oh, Lise, would you take a look at this nonsense? These crows, I see. All of Kieferberg is thick with these filthy things. I told everyone I'd seen them yesterday, Mrs. Alma. They're a pest, and Lord knows where they've come from. Oh, but they're not dangerous, I'm certain. Oh, but they're not dangerous, I'm certain. What are you saying, lass? Of course they are. You'd best talk some sense into your cousin, Elise. She's clearly not all there, the poor lass. All right, let's go, Rosmarine. Ah, yes. How rude! You can't just say my cousin's not all there because crows are little babies. Hold on. It won't let me get behind her. It knows I'm going to push her ass down the stairs. Come on, tumble! Guess I'll just walk around town and figure out what the fuck happened. Because I do not see the alert wanting me to go anywhere specific. I don't see any fucking part-time jobs to get money. Preserve your matches. You'll never know when you need them. I heard it was a whole ordeal to get this grindstone down the hill. The worn-down, rough-looking grindstone sits as the centerpiece of a resting area. Me, as a grindstone, who's the centerpiece of a resting area. It's that fucking symbol again. It wants me so bad. Oh, what's this? Someone's already been drinking, it seems. Folks truly don't have anything else to look forward to, do they? I mean, that's kind of true today, isn't it? What you selling? I only have $1. How can I help you, darling? I'm just want to peruse the goods because I can't afford them. A whole ass roast turkey for $50. Goddamn. I'll keep a note of that fucking turkey. Goodbye, Miss Walmart. You should come by more often, darling. Darling. No use whining about it, Jacob. It's a no. But Granny. What's wrong, Mrs. Marlin? It's Apfel, lass. He came down with a fever last night. A fever? Is he all right? The boucan said the poor lass was delirious. Lad was delirious. Oh, please let me go see him, Granny. Absolutely not, Jacob, and that's final. Where is he right now, Mrs. Marlin? In church, I've heard. Oh, I could go wait for him by the fountain. Wait for your father to come back, Jacob. I wouldn't want you at these birds' mercy either. But Granny! This also goes for you two. Don't go near those crows, you hear? Oh, but have they hurt anyone? Lord knows they could. Everything has the opportunity, the ability to hurt you, but do they take the opportunity? No. If the crows really wanted to, they would swarm upon you and poke out your eyeballs. I think that's proof they're not dangerous, that they haven't done that. In the corner, various bundles of hay have been raked together in a disorganized pile. Thank you for telling me that. I want to check up by the windmill first. Every day I run into objects because I'm not paying attention to where I'm running. I should have believed you last night, Elise. I suppose. Not that it would have prevented anything, though. Oh, the dreadful things are everywhere. They've been circling the windmill all morning, you see. The lads are still up there trying to do away with them. Circling the windmill? What for? Why, to steal our grain, Elise. Those crows are a bad omen, that's for sure. I wouldn't want to lend old Jokin's notions any weight, but we should give it some thought, I'd say. Now that's a bad omen. Yes, it is. Don't listen to that freak-ass old man. He doesn't know what he's saying. This is where it wants me to go, up by the windmill. In that case, I'm going to check the other way first. See if there's anything I can see before progressing the story. Get out of here, crows. What are you doing in here, ma'am? Mrs. Odley? Eek! Don't tell me you're hiding from the crows. I'm not going anywhere near those dreadful things. Oh, this is all your fault. How is this our fault, Mrs. Odley? You two are hiding something, I know it. Old Yokin's been taken for a fool, but I know you. Is this because of what I said yesterday, Mrs. Odley? All these awful goings on. I understand it's frightening, Mrs. Odley, but you can't. Oh, but these crows weren't enough. Even our children are hexed now. What are you? Shoo, shoo. Leave me be, you. Grandma? I think, you're reaching the age of expiration. Wouldn't you say? I mean, it's almost like your time's coming rapidly to a close. Keep spouting the nonsense you're spouting. Just know that I know where you live. I love murdering grandmas. Maybe if she wasn't so rude, I'd best go lend the lands. I best go lend the lads a hand, Brunhilde. It's Brunhilde or Brunhilde? I think it's Brunhilde. No, Guido, please don't go. What's going on here? You don't mean to say you haven't seen them, do you? I've seen them before anyone else in Kieferberg, as you know. Ma, you ought to know something about this, then. Oh, please stop with that nonsense, Mrs. Wilma. Those wretched things broke into the windmill, at least. Hence why I'd best head back there, Brunhilde. She's pregnant, Guido. Don't let her get worked up. They broke into the windmill, Mr. Guido? Stole our grain, the bastards. I must go, Brunhilde. Brunhilde, I can't stand here all day. Oh, Guido, what if they attack me while you're away? I mean, they're crows. They stole the grain because they're hungry, and there's a lot of them. I just think everyone's, I don't know. Maybe they're overreacting to just a couple of birds. They're just little guys, like pulling pranks. Alright, time to progress the story. What you got to say? I'll take good care of it, Father. There's nothing to see here, Elise. You'd best head back to town. You're the one who first saw these crows, weren't you, Elise? It's not as though you folks believed me when it mattered. I've said it last night and I'll say it again. You're hiding. It matters not, old Yokin. We must focus on the matter at hand. We all had our fill of trouble last night, didn't we? We don't need any more yelling, that's for certain. Now, they didn't steal that much grain, folks. All right, then. We were being lied to earlier. They didn't steal all the grain. They just took a little nibble. See, everyone's overreacting. It's just some birds. Everyone pack it up, go home, mystery solved. Some birds are migrating for the winter and stopped by our town for some nummy snacks. Yippee! Problem solved. How much did they steal, Mr. Gustav? About a sack in total. We got here in time to prevent the worst. The darn birds were building a nest in the oven. We ought to give it a good scrubbing later. It doesn't seem like they're keen on attacking us, at least. We've locked up and trusted Eugen here with the key for now. I appreciate the trust. Of course, especially after all of yesterday's goings-on. Because he was stolen from, or because he has no horses to steal the grain with? Damn, that's true. Is it because he's the only one who doesn't have the ability to pack it up and leave since he lost all his horses? Who's to stand guard here, then? Before we get into that, Bernhard, there's something I'd like to say. We're all well aware of what happened last night. However, we ought to stick together, folks, now more than ever. You heard the man. Kieferberg is what we make of it. Don't forget that. I ought to head back to the church. Is that feeling better, Father? That's what I'm looking into, Finn. You just go with Elise. Lebukin will fill you in, I'm certain. Will do, Mr. Gustav. Time to see sickly dying children in a fucking church. My favorite. I was wondering, Elise. Mr. Bernhard said the crows were trying to make a nest in the oven. I suppose it's a cozy little nook. I don't see what's so... So there's an oven in the windmill, right? There's always been an oven in the windmill, Rosmarine. What's your... The tender flesh, Elise. Wouldn't this be a good way to prepare it? Making bread out of it, you say? Maybe you could ask about town if they'd let you in. That's rather risky, Rosmarine. I suppose, but I can't think of any other way either. If I want to find him. It's worth the try, I'd say. All right, I'll see what I can find out. First, I want to see what the fuck... Oh, no, she wants to talk. Sorry, men. Say, Rosmarine, you know how to sew, don't you? Somewhat, yes. That explains it, I suppose. Explains what? Why the patches on your dress are so clumsy. We could ask Mrs. Mariello to help, you know? Oh, but I quite like my dress. That's all right, but I'd say you deserve better, newer clothes is all. I don't need better, Elise. This is my dress. It's been with me for years now. All these patches and tear mean something to me, you see? What does that moon-shaped one mean, then? Oh, this is from an old blanket of mine. It brings me comfort to have it with me wherever I go. And the squares? Granny patched it for me when I fell off a tree. I can't bring myself to part with it now that she's gone. Fine. You have your reasons. I appreciate the thought, Elise. She pulled out the dead granny and Elise is like, oh, can't say shit. Oh, what do the men have to say? I say they snuck in through the roof, Gustav. When did you realize the crows are in the windmill, Mr. Ludwig? Heinrich came about to collect some flour this morning. He's the one who gave the alert. So you've locked it up, have you? We must keep those birds out, Elise, or they'll take all our grain. Standing here all day, I don't know how that would progress the conversation. But I feel like drawing it away would give us tasks to do. They'd give us a mission to solve. Could draw them away. Maybe you scattered some grain elsewhere, Mr. Gustav. Then the windmill could still be available, and we've thought about that, Elise. Nobody was in favor of wasting any more grain, lass. Ah, I see. We ought to keep a close eye on the windmill, Elise. You can have a word with Eugen, perhaps. No, of course. Okay. I suppose wasting grain would be a problem. Unfortunately. Better days will come, lad. When I'm settled in Primeldorf, God willing. Don't make hasty decisions, Eugen. What is it, Elise? I was wondering about the key. Suspicious as fuck. Saying you're rather trusted is like, oh, look at you. Hell yeah. I was wondering about the keys, like, why the fuck do you care about the key? With the key to the windmill, even. The lass is right, Eugen. It's a shame for you to leave. Nothing I can do about that, folks. There's nothing left for me here in Kieferberg, you see? Still, I think everyone would miss you, Mr. Eugen. Please reconsider. No, I've made up my mind, but I do appreciate it, Elise. Even this key, I will only be holding onto it until the evening. Till the evening, Mr. Eugen? It's too much responsibility, lass. I'm not too comfortable with it in my pocket, I must admit. Why not hand it over to someone else, then? I could take it to Mr. Gustav if you'd like. That's all right, Elise. There's no better place than Kieferberg, lad. Not you changing the topic back to him moving. We were in the middle of another discussion and you just butt in? Rude. Some of these aren't looking so good. Several rows of beets, some of them looking rather withered and dry. Dry beets. Y'all ever had a dry beet before? Could not be me. Alright, I'm guessing the next objective is to go to the church and see the sick kids. We've been dealing with a lot of obstacles today. Old people and children. It's taking a lot out of me already. This area is cute, but nothing's going on here. I'm rather lucky to have my own well in the backyard, huh? I can't imagine having to come all this way just for some water. Covered in clusters of ivy, Kieferberg's water well overlooks the valley down below. This is such a weird place to have a well on the side of a cliff. That's quite the decision you've made. If you ever get some nasty torrential rains and this edge right here decides to slip off and become a mudslide, well, let's just say the city's water's not going to be watering so much anymore. Let's fucking go! Get out of here, birds! Go away! Be gone! Talk to Elizabeth in the church is a timed thing. So we can't do anything in between. But it's not like we can anyway. Hello. Where are the sickly kids? Ah, it's nice to see you, Elise. You've heard about Apfel, I assume? No, I haven't. Apfel was very ill last night, Elise. He had very high fever. He was delirious. Oh, the poor lad. I can't bear looking at his little hands. What about them, Mrs. Dorothy? It's best you hear it from me, Elise, so you get the real story. You've been up all night, Elizabeth, we can tell her. Apfel is fine now, as you can see, but last night I was awoken by him moaning, speaking nonsense. His fever was boiling him alive. We called for Father Hans and brought him to church, but Apfel has never been so ill. I thought I'd lose him. He wasn't all there either, kept mumbling to himself, and I don't know how, but his hands are injured. It's horrifying, and they were so bloody. Ew. It's as if they were pecked at by something. I can't explain it. Please collect yourself, Miss Lisbeth. That's right, Mrs. Lisbeth. Take deep breaths. At first I thought he'd caught the goat sickness somehow, but it doesn't explain his hands or what happened to my goats. Oh, this is my disgrace. It's all right, Miss Lisbeth. We're all here for you. It's all right. What about the goats? It must have happened while we were praying for Apfel in church. When Miss Lisbeth went to fetch him dry clothes, she happened upon 2 of her goats lying on the ground. They'd bled to death. Their tongues had been ripped out, and their heads were severed too. Ew, icky. You can rest assured we'll help you, Mrs. Lisbeth. I shall arrange for a doctor to come as soon as possible. What am I to do with one sick goat, Father? We'll make certain you and the children don't go without, Mrs. Lisbeth. You're welcome to have supper with Finn and I any time, Lisbeth. Thank you, but I don't have strength, Dorothy. Mrs. Dorothy would be looking after Apfel, Mrs. Lisbeth. You'd best go home and rest for the day. Of course, Father, thank you. Come, I'll walk you and Apfel home. This is awful, Elise. I ought to pay them a visit later. Time passes, and we move forward. It's one thing after another, isn't it? But first things first. I ought to figure out how I'm going to get my hands on that key. That's true. Romantic data available. With who? Rosemary at the viewpoint. Which viewpoint? The one in our backyard, right? Oh no, this viewpoint. Yippee! Girlfriend time. Girlfriend time. I'd figure I'd stream until around Minto's stream. The Pico Park collab's gonna be crazy. Who's peeking? Who's peeking out of this tree? Who is it? Ba-da-ba-ba. I'd best not wander about too far. But we should. We should simply leave town. Now, why'd she bring the goat? We got a third wheel going on. There she is. I'm spending fucking time with her ass. You and that goat of yours, Rosmarine. Oh, Elise, there's no need to be jealous. I'm not jealous of a goat, you... Isn't she, Flock? And he just does his little fucking goat dance. How would you like to sleep with him out in the granary, Rosemarine? I'd have Flock to hold close. I wouldn't be cold at all. That backfired on you, girlie. You can't tease her like that. She's a weirdo. Why, you... Flock, don't get so close to the edge. You be careful too, Rosmarine. I mean, he's a goat. They literally scare vertical cliffs daily. They crave that fucking mineral. He'll be fine. You won't. Back up. You can see everything from here, can't you? I suppose. Something's on your mind, Elise. I can tell. Can't even be left to brood in peace, can I? You're going through some changes, that's all. Some changes, you say? Your path will become clearer and clearer. You'll see. I feel like that's mean, but I don't know about this. I don't know what reaches to me. I don't know what speaks to me. Neither tickles my fancy. I don't want to belittle her, but that feels like it'd be the tsundere answer. I don't know about shit in general or ever. He's the fucking goat. Not now, Rosmarine. I'm not ready. You're still overwhelmed, I see. It's difficult not to be, wouldn't you say? Why don't we head back to town, Elise? Mitwerer. We have a new day objective. Later. I think it's at the same time as Frey at the village inn. We might miss it. Our Freya date. I mean, that's fine because we're going for Rosemarine anyway this round. But, Sag. Alright, I'm gonna do some chores then. Gotta get some money. I'm broke as hell. Thank God I don't have fucking bills to pay. Am I right? Uh, huh? What was... There's a fucking Muffy, whoever. Oh. Huh? Is she nearby? Huh? Is it telling me I have to meet up with her? I don't remember what she asked for. Where is she? Am I blind? I'm so confused. Oh, there she is, fucking behind the tree. Get over here. It's you. That's enough. I'm not giving you one more crumb. But you promised. You promised me some Labukin. I promise you nothing. Mercy. Folks already think it's strange, Elise, that you knew about the crow since yesterday. You know what? Why don't you go ahead? Who's to believe a scrawny little squealer like you, anyhow? Old Yokin does, Elise. Mrs. Odley does, too. Oh, do they? What are you telling them, then? That I saw you talking to those crows yesterday. There was a golden one, too, wasn't there? Why, you... following you about town is truly so much fun, Elise. I just know you have the Labukin you promised me tucked away somewhere. Yeah, I do. Keep your mouth shut, you hear? I don't want to add any more to these folks' imaginations. Hey, we shouldn't be feeding her because she already broke her promise by telling bitches shit. We can't be feeding her. She already lied and broke her promise. She told the old people, and that's what making them more riled up against us. She can starve. Why, but they are not imagining anything, are they? Shut it, Muddy. Not one more word about this. I'll keep quiet, but I was wondering. I gave you what you wanted, so go away. All right, but why don't you bring me some hearty soup tomorrow? Off with you, Mandy. Suppose I'll be safe for today. Her stupid, punchable face, for real. How am I looking? I feel like I need to bring Rosa Moraine with me, because otherwise she's gonna make the town folk suspicious of us. She's a weirdo. But it costs double the energy. So I'm thinking of at least having 4 and then doing a task. This is tiring, Rosa Moraine. Asking about town, you mean? No, I don't think we can count on that. I should have chose my words a little more carefully, I suppose. That's all right, Elise. We'll find a way. It's a little too late for that, Rosa Moraine. If only I could turn back time and attempt it again. Either way, Elise, folks are rather restless. You haven't been asking about town yourself, have you? No, of course not. All right, well, I'll call for you if I need you. I'll be here, Elise. All right, come. I had to be careful. I wouldn't want folks suspecting me. So I can't take her. You've lied to me once again, game. Which one's Kiss the Rat? I don't know if I want to play that. I don't know if I want to kiss a rat. Old people gathering. Don't go losing your wits like that, Oldly. It may be best dressed for the day, Miss. It may be best dressed for the day, Mrs. Oldly. Is everything all right? Eek! Well, whatever. Old Yokin's right. It's that lassie and her cousin. Oh, for goodness sake. This isn't good for you, Oldly. Think about your health. Your heart can't take much more. It better fucking not. We better wake up tomorrow and her be the next victim that can't be resurrected. Oh, but I can't settle down, Marielle. The Lord is with Kieferberg. We must not forget that. You ought to put your faith in him, Mrs. Odeley. That's right, Odeley. You can't get swayed by whatever old Yokin says. Do I look like a witch to you, Mrs. Odeley? Oh, I wouldn't know, lass. What do you mean you wouldn't know? Don't rile her up, Elise. We'll take care of her. Don't you worry, dearie. You guys aren't doing shit. Put her in the old folks' home. Why does this look like the oldest schoolboy to ever exist? Bro's about to make it to class. 30 years late. Are you one to eat lots of eggs, Elise? What else is there to eat in this town, anyhow? Oh, you have enough for a hog or two, I'm certain. Huh. Anyhow, won't you fetch me a few eggs for supper? Alrighty. Let's have you pitch in for that hog. What do you say? If you bring me the entire coop, I will. Yes. Out of my way, you feathered rat. I see. So we're just picking eggs. Alright, I did this one before. I'm so bad at this one. Help. I did ass. Fuck off. Fuck off. Hell. B's not bad, but why did it sound like I failed? The sound is like so disappointed in me. No, I'm satisfied with a B. I think that's better than last time. Yippee! We pass. You did well, lass. These will do. Here, for your hard work. Thank you, Mr. Wilhelm. 30 fucking dollaroonies. 32 of them. Let's fucking go. Oh, there's no game sound? 1 second. And do that. Hello, Chris. I'm trying to figure out the audio. I don't know why it's not working. Mm, no. Uh, audio hard. Not even the desktop audio is working. Weird. What the hell? Why isn't it capturing my audio? Everything is going fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's really not picking up the audio. I've tried setting it to picking up desktop audio, and it's not picking up desktop audio. Tried setting it to application audio capture. Every day is we might just have to go without audio because I don't know what's going on. I could try restarting the game. Yeah, let's try restarting the game. I'm gonna go, well, I shouldn't have, let me just save, restart the game and try that. And if that doesn't work, well, I'm not gonna restart stream about it, since we're already so far in. I could probably just put some BGM on if I find any. Damn, what are they doing? Confiding in each other. Understood, Matt? Understood, Maddie? Oh, but my auntie's going to... What have you done now, Molly? Elise, it's not what you think. I didn't... She stole one of Mrs. Elma's buns. She had cooling on the window. I messed that up. She stole one of whoever's buns sitting on the windowsill. No, I didn't. She gave it to me and... Mrs. Elma had me give Molly here a good earful. Does your auntie not feed you, Molly? It's complicated. She doesn't? I'm still a growing lass, Elise. 8 buns a day isn't enough. 8? Either way, Missy. It's Muffy. Why can't any of you? Stealing is never justified, all right? You can come to me if you ever need anything. Oh, Labukin. If only Elise was as kind as you. Why, you... maybe it's best you go home to rest, Labukin. I'll go with you then. You can get me some pretzels. Oh, for goodness sake, Minnie. Why don't you go ask Granny Gretel? Tell her I sent you. She'll give you anything you want. Hooray, hooray. Why can't you tell that about us to Granny Gretel? We're so poor. She has an auntie that feeds her 8 buns a day. We have a dead granny in the ground. And $33 in her pocket. Oh, I'm on Streamlabs. I couldn't figure out how to connect Streamlabs to OBS. Like, I know there's some stream key thing you have to do, but, like, then that's so many applications open. I'm not gonna worry about it till I need to start doing, like, more advanced shit, I think. But yeah, okay. We'll try restarting the game, and if that doesn't work, I'll restart Streamlabs then, which means restarting the stream, probably. Okay, here we go. Okay. And let's restart the game. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's picking up. All right. I'll see you guys in a few then. I'll restart